Take Point is the new Korean action thriller from the director of The Terror Alive, starring the same actor as Captain Ahab, a code name for him. He is a badass mercenary who has never failed. In the last 6 years, he's worked for the government of the USA. This film surprised me because the opening is so shitty. I'm going to just explain it without spoiling too much, but basically the movie starts with a really long montage of really bad news cutscenes, like different spokespeople talking about the political climate. This film takes place in 2022 or 2023, and there's this president named McGregor. He's just had a disastrous term in office, and he wants to be reelected. However, North Korea is getting there. They've tried to denuclearize, and they basically have joined the UN, and shipping out coal has hurt the American economy, so people want McGregor out. And the plot of this film is that Ahab is hired by the White House to extract a North Korean general who has access to all of the nuclear bases so that they can force North Korea to fully destabilize their nuclear program. So they have a small window. Ahab has 12 men. The film starts off with shaky cam. And that's the thing that bothered me at the very beginning. The movie was really amateurishly directed at the very beginning of the film. Really, a lot of expositional dialogue because it starts with the news announcements, and then it cuts to Ahab talking with a newbie named Logan and Marcus, one of his longtime partners, about morality. And Ahab has this baggage because he was doing a training mission, and he risked his own life to save another person during a parachute mishap during a training mission. And the movie starts off a little heavy-handed with the whole, we're mercenaries. We look out for our own. We abandon people if you get shot or you make a mistake. That's the sort of code of the mercenaries. They're in it for the money, not for the team. And so they go in to do this mission, and things change quickly. One of the greatest aspects of this movie is that it never stops changing or evolving. You think you're going to get something, and it just keeps going. Since this movie takes place a little bit in the future, there's a lot of cool futuristic tech. These little rolling cameras that can go on walls and things. It gives the movie a sort of video game-like feel because the camera is always like rolling on the wall, following people. There's always people shooting at each other. The action sequences are solid. I didn't like the cinematography at the beginning, but it lends a sort of urgency to the film. It makes everything seem like you're in the room with these people. The entire film was done in sort of secret bunker where the meeting's taking place, and our mercenaries are trying to exfil this Korean general, and then someone else shows up. So this movie has a lot of twists and turns. It just keeps getting more and more intense, and it keeps turning up the tension. This is the same writer and director of The Terror Alive, another fantastic thriller that utilizes one location thrills. This movie does the same thing. The entire movie takes place in this bunker, so most of the movie is the main character trying to talk to Langley, trying to get backup, trying to help his men with the cameras, and all these other mercenaries are showing up. And the movie manages to deliver a fantastic emotional climax. That was the thing I liked the most about this movie. When you watch an action movie, usually it's about like the car chases and the shootouts. Characters usually take a back burner sort of seat. And this movie doesn't do that. The main character has that baggage with the parachute, fully delivers by the film's climax. I also like the aspects of morality. They keep going over the sort of theme of, do you leave a man behind if there's no chance of saving him, or do you try anyway? And different characters, proposition Ahab about his morality. There's also themes of loyalty and friendship and integrity that I really liked. It sort of elevated this movie from being just another generic action thriller. So the movie does have a couple of faults. I didn't like the really cheesy visual effects for the political stuff. The political stuff is important, but it looks so fake compared to the action sequences. At the end of the movie, there's like this poll of like popularity, and it moves in real time. That's not so unrealistic. Also, there's this sort of bullet removal scene that's really over the top that, we've seen that before 100 million times in action movies. Other than that, the movie is solid. It has solid characters. Action sequences are good. Good direction. Great writing. So I give Take Point an 8 out of 10.